another episode of Literary Gladiators, the show where we discuss and debate literature in all of its forms. If it's written work, it's game. Let's meet the panel.
Hi, I'm Larry.
I'm Breanna.
I'm Charlie.
And I'm Josh.
Thankfully, when we discuss and debate, the debate is always civil, unless it's off camera.
Just not this time.
Oh, boy.
Sometimes it can get a bit grimy.
A little hairy.
Especially when we're talking about Sylvia Plath and Kelsey's in the room.
Yeah.
But today we're going to be going over a very noteworthy work that I came across in an Irish literature class that I took in my very last semester. It's called Mary Magdalene at Sunday Mass in Castlebar by Paul Durcan. And the topic that we're going to be going over today regarding that is, how do you perceive Mary Magdalene in this poem? Do you see any reflection of the actual accounts? Primarily those mentioned in the Bible and historically speaking, as far as we know.
Is this supposed to be the actual Mary Magdalene?
This is, I think that connections can be made to the two of them. I don't think that Mary Magdalene wasn't living in Ireland at any point in time.
She wasn't.
But I think that somebody like Mary Magdalene, or how we saw her, could be perceived in this particular poem.
I think sex is what I think. I think he's thinking about her very sexually, with the description of her cleavage, her pink tongue.
Yeah. And of course, basically, they're in church. This man, he's the very first few lines. With my head in my hands, I am draped across a pew. Right there, you're in church. Okay, it basically is like that's what the impression I get. And she's going up to receive Holy Communion, which is really, really sacred. It's one of the most, but still. And then this guy has some thoughts, like, that pink tongue. Oh, I mean, really.
She comes off as being like a prostitute.
Yeah.
As far as
a whore in church.
Middle-aged, small, stout, stately, balanced on black high heels, red leather miniskirt.
Yeah.
Red leather jacket with gold buttons, black tights, bubbly pink tongue.
That's not exactly like your Sunday best.
Face charred black with white powder, and red berry eyes, pithy paws, which that her red eyes reminded him of berries.
So yeah.
So it seemed as if the way that I perceived it, many of those of the prostitutes that are mentioned, or when they do the undercover segments on Cops.
I love Cops. I love that show.
They look so overwhelming.
Yeah, they do.
Like maybe we can talk about the last part, because that kind of is
Certainly.
very
I had
how they connect her to.
Starting at facing right down to the back of the church, looking the west door straight in the bullseye, just as they were that Thursday night. That part.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that referencing the Last Supper?
Yes.
Yeah, the fact that Mary Magdalene had a role that is often brushed away, because the research, there's the idea that Mary Magdalene was the first to know about Jesus' resurrection.
Okay.
And how she has people see her as being a prostitute, but she bears this confidence that Jesus believes in her, even if the people around her think otherwise. Even if we historically see that she's brushed away constantly and viewed as a prostitute, but in actuality, she has that confidence that Jesus saw more in her.
Yeah. And if I could just, real quickly, if you can give me 25 seconds of your time, your call is very invaluable.
But actually, the Bible never deemed her as such.
No,
never deemed her as a prostitute.
Yeah, Bible never deemed her as.
She's the complete opposite, the Immaculate Mary, Immaculate Conception, Immaculate this, Immaculate that.
No, that's Mary.
Mary was a common name back then, but
yeah,
the
but
only
no, it was. There was
the only
Mary,
Mary,
Joseph,
the only actually the only Mary that really has great importance, especially in the New Testament, is the Virgin Mary, Jesus' mother. But she really only has that role as being the one that gave birth to Jesus, because the female roles in the Bible are somewhat scarce.
Yeah. And I wanted to just briefly, like I said, give me 25 seconds. When you said when Jesus saw more in this woman than we'll say society did. When like I said in other episodes, I volunteer for my church. I'm the head usher at the mass I go to, and not only but still, like I said, keeping it real short. There have been times I considered saying to myself, let me just tell this person to go home and change. But then I say to myself, wait a minute. Mass is about to start. There's no room to seat them. So, and I've actually been told by some other people who go every Sunday, and I see them and they say, Charlie, can you just tell them to, I'll tell someone to take the hat off, get rid of the gum if I can. But somebody actually came up to me and said, tell this kid to, and I said, he's here. He doesn't have a hat on, and the fact that he's here is what counts. And this older gentleman, of course, that's what he very old-fashioned. But when I said at least he's here, and we don't know if he's coming back.
I think that's some of the flaws that come with religious thinking. Religious thinking also means accepting,
exactly.
And unfortunately, people within the church can be very judgmental when in actuality
you can't judge.
All worshipers need to be treated equally.
Exactly. And that's why I'm very, even I get told by other ushers who've been doing this for basically since they're 14 and now in their 80s, Charlie, why do you always wear this, in the summer I'll wear, a collared shirt and slacks and dress shoes. You guys got to wear suits. One usher actually confronted me. He's like, why don't you ever wear suits? I said, because it's called the heat index. And, I mean, obviously you're a little older, and I was getting a little, but still. I'm over the mark here, but I said, do I look like I just got off the beach? He's like, well, no. I said, am I, and I said, you wear the same thing every week yourself. You should change your wardrobe a little bit. And I said, I want to leave here as friends, And he said, no, you're right. I said, no. But still, come, all are welcome. That's what I was always taught in my religion. All are welcome.
So, do you think there's anything about the tone of this that is disdainful for this Mary Magdalene character receiving communion, or
before we go to her point of view, it seems as if the speaker is a judgmental attendee.
That's what you took from it.
Then when you see her staring the bull in the eye, that's when you begin to get her perspective.
And could you expand on that?
You get the idea that she's confident that while other people may judge her the way that they want, but she has the confidence. She knows that she's aware of Jesus' blessing, and that he sees something in her, and that at this Last Supper, she got an idea of that particular of the message that one was supposed to get out of that. But in this case, it's it's a bit more generic.
Exactly. And one other thing, maybe that's all she probably had to wear that one day, and also this judgmental son of a gun probably doesn't realize. Wait, maybe did she go to you got to go to confession first. Still, I'm certain she would have went to confession before receiving. She was probably in a state of grace, which you should be in order to go up. And of course, this is from my religion, whatnot. I'm open to everything, but you should be in a state of grace, and
that's more important than what you're wearing.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, certainly.
And she could have went right up before the mass and said, "Father, will you hear my confession?" And priests cannot deny you a sacrament unless it's like we're starting in 3 seconds. So in that case, you're being denied, but I'll hear it after mass, So there were times I've gone right before and said, Father, I haven't had a chance to come. Will you hear my confession before we start? Sure, come in, or whatnot, and then I can, do my. But still,
It's nice to wear something nice, but at the same time,
yeah,
you have
but
to.
still, it's
you have to
it's
set the
what's in,
priorities
it's
straight.
what's in your heart. Okay,
Mhm.
that's basically what it comes down to. And I've had other ushers, like I said, tell me how other people should dress. Actually, someone came up with a list, and I said, hey, guess what? And I did that right in front
Good
of
for
them. Yeah, I said.
Mm.
I said, the reason I did that is not to be mean or anything, is because, why do you think I did that? Because you're nuts? I said, well, yes. And of course, we're still buddies. We're buddies now. And I said, no, because some of these people don't know, they don't have the wherewithal to say, gee, let me, And I said, some other people don't have the money. I was ready to blast this guy, but we don't do that. But I told him, he had an itemized list. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. And of course, this was before the mass and whatnot, and he was shocked I did that. And in a way, he started to realize I get it now. I said, it's not what it was 50 years ago when everybody had to wear a shirt and tie and have a veil, but it's time
Put
is
as much reverence as you can, right?
yeah,
Mhm.
it's what's in the heart.
Mm. Alrighty then. Do we have any final thoughts?
Oh, I'm glad that I was ready to talk to you guys about it,
Yeah.
because you guys had a completely different take than I did.
Well-
In fact, I didn't know what to make of it, but
I was confused when it got to the part of the bull. That's
Yeah.
when I got slightly
yeah,
lost.
yeah. But I think Josh kind of hit it there, with the idea, like the door, right? Because she's leaving.
She received the
Eucharist.
Eucharist, and she's walking back to her
The
Her-
bullseye.
her spot on the pew.
Yeah.
Well, the bullseye. That's such a, that's like it's a thing. It's a,
Yep, the bullseye. That's the bullseye, as in Christ Himself. He is the.
So he's a sacrificial lamb,
Oh, I got you.
He's pretty. Yeah, it's
and she's
right.
probably
He is the
The
center of the church.
Yeah.
Right.
and she's probably
He
looking
is
up
the
as
meaning
he's,
of the church.
she's looking.
He's the reason that she's there and
Mhm.
what she's aiming for.
Yeah, she's probably looking up and saying, "Thank you, Lord," which you should always do. But still,
Bree?
It is interesting. Oh, sorry.
that's
Oh,
I
no.
don't really have any final thoughts. I agree with what you guys are saying.
It is interesting, though. I mean, having done the other episode that we were talking about, that other Damien.
oh yeah, I
And
remember that.
yeah, whatever it was,
Mm.
in the past or future, when you had the union of the idea of Abraxas and the union of sex with the other divine, and it's like Mary Magdalene is kind of like the closest you get to that in Christianity, where you have somebody who has like any kind of celebration of fertility or sex or anything like that. And like they said in another book, it's very sacred. Like sex is sacred because it's what gives us life. Without it, we wouldn't have life. So I mean, it's at the very doorstep. So I guess what I'm getting at there is that to have that kind of sexual image standing there receiving communion, might be significant.
Oh, I would certainly seeing it that way. It certainly gives it a whole different perspective, completely different argument too. That connects with what's at hand because while what she's what she represents is tisked, it's also very much it's
Human.
yeah, it's human and it's essential to life, which already just so happens today is St. Patrick's Day.
Oh,
Most of us
no
really
wonder I'm
aren't-
drunk. No.
most of us really aren't wearing
Green.
green. But
Well, if I wore my kilt, I'd probably
here's
actually
the
not have
collection
in
that
previous episodes.
this Mary Magdalene at
Have no
Sunday
choice.
Mass in Castlebar comes from. It's called Daddy Daddy by Paul Durcan.
I say daddy, daddy a lot.
Mm.
Daddy, daddy, shut up! All right, Dad.
I saw that one coming, Charles.
I know. That's actually not, that's not a story. That's not a joke.
But this it was pretty. It was a challenge to find this for my class, but I'm sure that people can find it if they look carefully and take a patient search. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Literary Gladiators. For now,
Keep
Reading.
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 Ah.